On a general note, you have heard the president speak for the past, probably it was 2 weeks, since her speech in Bulgaria, I believe, where she attended the inauguration of an important interconnector. You have heard the president there referring to the importance of having European solutions, the importance of protecting our single market, the bedrock of our prosperity, and of ensuring the level playing field in the internal market, and avoiding fragmentation in our responses to this very important matter that we need to find solutions to. So those were the key words which the president has said in repeated occasions over the past 2 weeks. So I repeat, we need a European solution. We need to protect the single market and the playing field in the single market, and we need to avoid fragmentation. This is in relation to the general search for solutions which is taking place at national level, and you have seen indeed many announcements coming from the national level of solutions to grapple with various aspects of the crisis, whether the price on consumers or liquidity problems, and so on and so forth. Now, you also asked about a specific case of Germany, and for that, there is, you were inquiring about more procedural aspects, and I will give the floor to Ariana to answer to that, and for that, indeed, we will free Dan. But let me remind what I just said 5 minutes ago. We are working on many tracks in order to address this problem that member states try to find solutions to, and you are going to have our package of proposals on the table soon. But before that, I cannot tell you what is likely to be in the package of proposal, what is the shape of the solution, the source of funding, and the direction in which this will all go. I think what is important to understand is the objective that we want to achieve, and we are going to come up with proposals very quickly. But beyond that, it would be premature and not proper for us on the podium to anticipate what is in that package of proposal, which hasn't been discussed by the College of Commissioners yet. In relation specifically to the German question.
Thanks a lot, Dana. Just to add a couple of things to your very comprehensive reply, Lorenzo, on the announcements made yesterday, I fear that the position is the same we had. So we are in contact with the German authorities. As you know, we have said it many times, it's for them to assess if the specific measures constitute state aid. And if this is the case, they will indeed have to notify them to us for assessment before granting the aid. So that is the same. On the level playing field, this is a topic that is very dear to us and to me as competition spokesperson. I think, as Dana was mentioning, the President herself has mentioned several times. I can quote a little from her speech, for example, in Bulgaria. I think she was indeed saying that, of course, we will do even more to contain the skyrocketing energy prices, but in doing so, we need to protect the fundamentals of our economy and in particular our single market, which is the strength of the European Union. And without this common European solution, we risk fragmentation. Therefore, the level playing field is really key in the single market, and it's paramount to avoid distortions of it. I can also quote Executive Vice President Vestager in a statement we have published on her behalf on Thursday. She was indeed also confirming that the fundamental strength of Europe is the single market, and what is key in preserving the single market is effective state aid control. So it's preventing harmful subsidy races that distort competition, and that is why we have state aid control in place. So indeed, let me remind you of the role of this key tool. State aid control is necessary to preserve the cohesion in the Union and to enable our economy to recover from the current crisis even stronger than before. And this is why we have common rules that apply equally to all member states. So just to remind you the role of this important tool, and then for the specifics, as I was mentioning before, we are in contact and we will see.
Thank you so much, Ariana. There was another angle of Lorenzo's question which I can address, which was the purchase and the procurement of gas on markets. You know very well, Lorenzo, that it's a very important priority for us to ensure joint procurement or to promote joint procurement. We have launched a joint procurement platform in the European Union precisely with the aim of gathering, aggregating demands from the EU side and from procuring, using our collective bargaining power on global markets, and specifically to avoid outbidding of member states by other member states. This is why we have launched this joint platform, and we are now working to see how to operationalize it in order to indeed use it as a vehicle for improving joint procurement and for achieving joint procurement in the EU.